So my research is often animated by surprising and mundane questions. And I had this modest question: what was the history of bicycling here in Vermont? Because I knew in the 1890s there was a bicycle boom that took the United States and Europe by craze. And I started giving talks around the state with the Vermont Humanities Council in communities to share what I've been finding. And people love it. It's fascinating. It's really, the bicycle was a surprising catalyst of all kinds of social change. And that got me rethinking how I can communicate my work, which audiences might find appeal in my work. And so in addition to doing these public talks, I started doing comics. I like to draw. And now I have a whole sort of big, long effort of producing mini comics and that are on the history of bicycles. One of the key ideas that I bring to my teaching is that I don't want students just to learn about the world. I want students to learn with the world and in the world. So in pretty much every class I teach, there's original research happening. One of my favorite anthropologists, Clifford Geertz, once described anthropologists as those who seek out dragons without abominating or domesticating them. Now, what that means is that we look into things that look, feel, seem very strange to us on the surface. That might be an exotic kinship system. It might be a set of beliefs that we find very difficult to wrap our heads around. And instead of abominating it, in other words, judging it as wrong or backwards, which is ethnocentric, or seeking to domesticate it, get rid of it, change it, impose our own views on it, to try and understand it. And then the follow-up to that, which Clifford Geertz says, is it's only then that we will really begin to appreciate the plurality of the human experience. And so anthropology is very much dedicated to the idea that humanity is not a singular phenomenon. We share a lot in common, but we also have important differences that make a difference. So the reason you study anthropology is so that you can develop not just an intellectual understanding of how and why are those differences created and maintained, but how do you operate and navigate in a world where those things are a fact of life? So anthropology doesn't lead to any single career, but it leads to all careers. And I think of what anthropology endowing a student with the qualities of a Swiss Army knife, like the big fat ones, with all kinds of tools, that wherever you end up in life, those tools that you cultivated and developed as an undergraduate in anthropology are going to be of service to you.